course are going off to a good start. Mafia has already tried to get a little bit of distance, so he's able to open up a opportunity to go ahead and combo Funky. Funky, of course, is not having this at all, and he is going in for a few attacks, a few zoning attacks, just to get him nicely peppered up before going in for the full, commonly known Eno rush, as he likes to do. Of course, this is how Funky always does it. He always comes in hard, fast, and ensures that the stage is always being changed to ensure as much chaos as possible. Of course, Mafia is on very, very little HP. He's going to need to think of something very, very clever to get out of this, and he is unable to as Funky takes the first set of the game. But of course, this is the second round. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So of course, Funky is already going in very, very aggressively. Mafia does not even have a chance, and he already is only 10 seconds in the game, and he has already reset the stage. Of course, Mafia is going to need to look for any sort of opening in Funk's stance, but of course, Funk is not having it. Funk has already denied him with the burst and excessive blocking, which of course completely stumps his assault. But of course, Mafia goes in and effortlessly gets half of the Eno's HP off, which of course is what he wants. But of course, Funk immediately runs it back, and he's already chipping away at his HP. Of course, Mafia is going to need to pull something out of this, and of course, Funky comes in for the finishing blow, which of course wins him game 1. Stocks, you name it, he's leading through it. Of course, Funky wants to end this quick, and he doesn't want to make any prolonged suffering. He just wants to end this very, very quick, and now it has become ever so apparent this is the case. Of course, Funky is going in for the rush, but of course, Mafia is not having it. He's showing Funk that he will not be toyed with. He will not be underestimated, and Mafia already comes in for the stage reset, which he has done, number 15 on the clock. But of course, Funky is immediately, with the stage reset, it allows him to of course regain his posture and properly establish dominance over the stage. But of course, Mafia is not having none of that. He's immediately coming in, and he goes ahead and runs back the first set. Of course, Funky is going in for a very oppressive assault on Mafia. He does not want to give Mafia any opportunity to initiate any sort of combo or rush with Sin at all. Mafia is a rushdown type player. He will look for any sort of opportunity to push, and Funky of course is trying to make as little openings as possible for him to do so, with the consistent flying around and the consistent mix-ups of his strategy. And of course, the grab works, and it goes ahead and finishes off. It is now 1-1 in the second set. Of course, what happens is very, very important, and of course, neither of the contestants here want to give any sort of opening to each other. And Mafia has already come in with the rushdown Roman Council into the corner pressure, but of course, Funky is not having it. He is immediately punishing him for making such a brazen assault. But of course, the HP bars do not lie. They are very, very close. Of course, all it takes is one of them to pop off for it to be a certain victory. And of course, Mafia goes ahead and expertly takes the second set of the match. Already cautious start from both fighters here. Of course, Funk is coming in very, very close, up close and personal, ensuring that Mafia has as little space as possible to initiate any sort of combos or do any sort of run back at all. But of course, this is not enough to fully stump Mafia, as he is expertly able to move past. But of course, Funky does not allow that at all. Of course, Funk is now keeping his distance. He is aware that, of course, Mafia will try and pull off something. If he is able to pull off a combo, it is going to be devastating. But of course, it looks like it's going to be too good for Mafia, as he is very, very low on HP. Of course, the grab misses, and that leads to him losing the first set of the match. Of course, already very Funky is coming in thick and fast, ensuring that Mafia, of course, does not get the first dibs on the rush. But Mafia always makes sure that he has his piece of the cake, and he always eats. By whoever he's up against, he always makes sure that he is able to have his cake and eats it. But of course, with the reset in stage, this opens up more space for Funky to do something crazy. But of course, I overestimated. I gave it the commentator's curse, and he already died. Of course, very good initial aggressiveness from Funk. Of course, with the cease in the combo, this gives Mafia all the time and space he needs to initiate any of his infamous rushes. Of course, very good read from Funky. Funky immediately read that block. Of course, very good corner escape from Mafia. Being in that position would be less than ideal, especially with Eno's tool set. Eno, once you get stuck in the corner of her, it's not fun at all. So just as well. Of course, expertly done from Funky once again, and he goes ahead and takes the third game. Each match is getting closer and closer as each of them begin to take in how they're feeling, what they're doing, what the strategies are, the tension, everything. It's all being read. And it's becoming extremely apparent of how close these matches are. Of course, very good combo and utilization of zoning tools from Funk. To of course keep the aggression nice and thick and fast. And he already goes for the stage reset. Of course, Mafia is going to need to pull something out if he's going to win this. Although Funk is not too far much higher on the HP, he still runs a significant risk, but of course, Funk immediately runs his back. Funk immediately takes out Mafia. Of course, Mafia has saw an opening, and he's already began cooking. But of course, Funk still does have somewhat a bit of leverage. Well, I guess not. Of course, the stage has been reset, and this gives another opportunity for Funk to slip right under Mafia to hopefully reset the stage and reset his odds. At this point, there's no room for error allowed at all. And this becomes extra evident as Mafia is just able to flick him aside. Of course, this is very close. This is now 1-1 in this set. Of course, Funk wants this to end as quickly as possible, as all he needs to do is win this to be able to secure his position in the grand final, to hopefully run it back with that Happy Chaos player. Of course, fantastic start from Mafia, but of course this has been nullified by Funk's burst. Mafia needs to pull something out. He's very low HP, and Funk goes ahead and takes the fourth game of the set, securing a 1-3 victory. Very nice from Funk. Very impressed for how these two opponents have evolved over each set.